Okay, folks, this is Urban Louisville Chess Club, and this is Coach Corbin talking. Have the great, good fortune to interview Coach E. He's probably one of the better known chess coaches in the city of Louisville, and not only one of the better known chess coaches in the city of Louisville, one of the better, if not one of the best chess coaches here in the city of Louisville. Brother, I just want to thank you for coming on, and also if we could just immediately start talking about your background. How did you get involved in chess?
I think that's a loaded question, really, but starting with one Thanksgiving, I was a eighth grader. Actually, one Thanksgiving, my uncle and cousin were playing on the computer at my house in a Thanksgiving get-together. They was talking about certain stuff. Then I had no idea what was going on, but they're clicking the pieces. And I'm like, well, shoot, it looked like I can do that. So when they leave, when Thanksgiving is over, I get on the computer and I get to clicking and dragging pieces. And then, it's not letting me move certain stuff. I'm moving it illegally. But as time went on, I start to learn, this one I can actually drag and click and drop it here. So I guess with the help of the tools, it was an old computer too. It was an old monitor. With the help of the tools that way, the very next year, I got into high school and I said, well, I'm going to find somewhere where they play this. And I started asking around and found a team. I didn't get on it my freshman year, so I didn't really know, but I started playing a little bit more. What I thought was playing, I may have been playing illegal moves, actually, just didn't know until my sophomore year. Okay. So then my sophomore year, which was 2000, I started playing chess, like against other people who play competitively, and so I got on the chess team, and each year I got better. So 2 years in a row, I got most improved. By my senior year, I was first board. I kept fighting through it.
Just kept going from there.
Yes, sir. But I took a long break because I started getting, I got a job and some other stuff, where I just wasn't able to play as much. But I still play. I still played a little bit. So that's really the backstory of how I started to play chess.
Right. And don't you go to tournaments at a state? Absolutely. Outside of Louisville, out of state?
Absolutely. Yeah. I went to several, actually. Just to name a few, Kings Island tournament is one of my favorites. Love the Kings Island tournament. Well, they used to have, I haven't went in a couple of years. I don't know if they have it in the Great Wolf Lodge anymore, but we used to have it out there. Love that. I've been to Indianapolis Open. I've been to Columbus Open. There's been quite a bit. Like I've been to several. Can't even name them, but them are the ones that I've frequented. I was playing regularly. I was going back to them. I would go to them events every year.
Wow. So you have to be a serious chess player to be doing that because you got the travel costs, room and board, and the entry fee.
Absolutely.
Right. So you got to be committed to do that.
I was definitely committed. There was times that I went up there though. There was other kids that probably even more committed than me. I didn't even know how to study chess until I met a couple of friends, in the city. But I didn't even know how to study chess, and so I would go up and play younger kids, way younger than me, and I'd go 0-5. Like I would lose every game in my tournaments. I played in a couple tournaments where 7 games in the tournament, and I would have 1 in 6. Like I was getting hit over my head, bludgeoned to death. My first couple of tournaments. But then I started to learn a little bit and starting to listen to the way they talked about analyzing games. And I'm like, well, so I'm going to start looking at my games like that.
Okay. All right. So what are some of the things you do right now as far as your training's concerned?
Okay. Well, I try to find people that play the same opening or same style I play and kind of analyze what they do in critical moments. And if they annotate the game at all, if there's any annotation of the game, I like to hear it. I don't care who it's from. I don't care if it's from somebody who's not good or somebody who's good. I want to get all the ideas possible in this particular opening so that I won't be surprised by any theory of like any arsenal of attack or anything that they can possibly throw at me. I don't want to be surprised by it.
I got you.
So I'll look up all of those type of games. So actually in 72, Bobby Fischer played Boris Spassky and played the Perk. I like playing the Perk, so I look at games like that. Now, of course, I can't create like Bobby Fischer, but I still look at those games and try to analyze and break down those type of games. I get the ideas still from Bobby Fischer. I still get the ideas from different games that play the part.
Mm-hmm.
So
do you buy and read chess books?
I do indeed. In fact, Anatoly Karpov said, if you're a serious chess player, you have at least 100 on your shelf.
Wow.
I tried to take that to heart. I got like 42. I probably only read like 14 or 15 of my 42 though. And so I think Anatoly Karpov meant if you have 100 books, you probably read all of them.
Right.
So
okay.
I'm actually making my way through a lot of my in-game books because I need a refresh on how to teach it. Not that I don't know it, but I teach it as well. So I need to know better how to teach it.
How did you get into teaching chess? I know that's something you do. How did you get into it?
Well, Ryan Velez, for real. I had actually lived with Ryan for a little bit, and I was trying to study, and I guess he had a hard time filling a coaching job. And I went and did a coaching job for him, and found out that I loved it. I actually liked teaching.
Right.
So the knowledge I knew was easy to give. That knowledge, though, once I understood it and knew it, it was easy to give that knowledge. So I guess the quandary was, as my kids got stronger, I needed to get stronger too. And I did that, and that was the only reason why I guess I say that is because once they completely engulf the concept of opposition or, a unsymmetrical pawns or something like that, or asymmetrical pawns, then I needed to teach them how to do the imbalances, how to play the imbalances and stuff like that. But teaching it basically, I jumped in to help Ryan. I had taught a little bit before, but not like in a school setting.
Okay.
So I didn't realize I loved it until I helped Ryan with the school.
Okay.
And then I started teaching everywhere and all the time.
Well, I know that one of the places you teach currently is Liberated Minds. Is that correct?
I do. Liberated Minds, I teach here regularly, actually.
Okay. And they've been doing pretty well recently, haven't they?
They've been actually, as far as statistically, they've been doing great.
Okay.
I think it's better than well. Like, they've been doing great. They're the youngest group in the region that we was playing in, and we came in second.
Okay.
With a really good record. 2 losses to the same team, and we done really well. Right. I mean, again, I think that we lack in some areas, but numbers don't lie. We keep winning. So
and you also have a private student that's doing pretty well right now.
Yeah. I got 2 that's actually doing really well, but really well is Donovan G. Okay. And yeah, Donovan G's on the turd right now. He winning like crazy. And he still has some fallacies in his game, but because he starts to understand a little bit of the stuff that we work on, and he just understands, and I don't even think that's all me. I just think he has some natural stuff. I think he has a God-given talent to see some stuff. But yeah, Donovan's he's coming along, man. Like last 4 tournaments, I think he's lost 2 games.
Well, you talked about God-given talent. I mean, I think everybody would say that about Bobby Fischer, but Bobby Fischer had a private coach.
Absolutely. And he worked hours, like 16, 17 hours a day. So, yeah.
Okay. Right. You got to have that private coach. And so that's why I'm going to ask you right now, for parents who want private coaches for their son or daughter, how can they reach you?
Several platforms. You can get a hold of me on Instagram if you want to. I can give a phone number and an email. Like, them are the main ways that you can get a hold of me if you're talking about chess lessons.
All right. And give us your email.
Email is EHERROD613 @gmail. EHERROD613
Okay.
So that email is really good. Phone number. I've just received 2 or 3 texts 2 days ago to go ahead and start lessons. So phone number, through text, you can do that, through calling, my Instagram. You can even get a hold of me on my Facebook. I just barely check my Facebook. So
okay, well, give us your phone number.
All right. Phone number is 502 641-4584.
Okay.
And that you can set up lessons, and I'm very flexible. So I used to have box lessons, where I called box lessons, where I give you 4 and the 5th one free, and you have to pay in advance type thing. But now some parents you can't afford it in that way. So just kind of pay me as you go, and we talk about it. I'm flexible because it's not
Right.
really, for me anyway, not about the money. Of course, you got to compensate me somewhat for time, but it's not really about the money as long as we can get the student, the scholar, stronger. And that's
There you
the
go.
whole idea.
There you go. Okay, brother. Well, look, I'm glad we were able to arrange this. I've been wanting to do this for the longest time because, I'll be telling folks, this brother's one of the best in the city of Louisville, if
I
not
appreciate it.
in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And I think more I want to say chess parents, but more parents, if they're truly interested in seeing their son or daughter grow, into becoming a successful chess athlete, they need to get a hold of you, at least one of the people. We need to be doing that.
Chess doesn't just help with chess, though. Chess helps with confidence, too. And this is what I love about, I got 2 students that, as they learned chess and got better at chess, their confidence grew in the classroom. Now they're raising hands. Their mom will come and felt like I did some magical pixie dust or something. I said,
Right.
no. It's just they're getting stronger at chess. They think
Right.
they're smarter, right? So
Yes.
it helps with confidence, too.
Right. Yeah, that's been my experience too. I've been doing this since 2010, and yeah, that's my experience too. I've got a dozen. I'm sure you got a dozen stories about that. I've got so many stories about that, but you are dead on about that. You are dead on right about that. I'm glad you brought that up, brother. Look, man, I got to go. We appreciate you coming on the Urban Louisville Chess Club podcast. And I just also want to say to my listeners, look, we're sponsored by with the fiscal sponsors for us as the Kentucky Chess Ambassadors. So check out our website, kychessambassadors.com. There's a lot of new exciting things we're looking to do in 2022. Brother, I hope we can have you come on again sometime to talk about some of your visions and goals and thoughts about the year 2022.
Yeah, that should be nice. I'd like to do that.
All right, brother. Thank you, man. I'll be in touch.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.